Yes, good morning, our followers. I want to thank you this morning for joining us on our program, our usual morning shows, the newspaper review of AF Television under the platform of AF News. We want to thank you for joining us today, and we know that it's going to be a wonderful interaction today. And this engagement, we want you to be involved in this engagement. Let's work together this morning to make sure that every information is shared together and we all enjoy ourselves. Remember that my name remains Emeniki Rebu, the anchor of this show, newspaper review, under the platform of AF Television. We thank you this morning again for joining us this morning. Our regular guest in the studio is unavoidably absent this morning, but we have a lot of things to discuss together. Whether he's here or not here, I expect him to be here by next week during the programs also. I want to thank you again and again for joining us. Today, we will be discussing the main issue that has been trending since yesterday. Buhari approves 13.3 billion to kickstart community policing. That is what we'll be discussing this morning. We want to hear from you. Remember that you can send your SMS, you can send your WhatsApp messages to the number that you will see or that will be coming up on your screen very soon. You can send your WhatsApp messages, you can send your SMSs to that number that will be coming up on your screen very soon. You can also drop your comments on the trend on this particular broadcast. You can drop your comments on the trend and we will surely read it out for everybody to hear. Remember, this is newspaper review, and our main topic of discussion today is President Buhari approves 13.3 billion to kickstart community policing. That is our main discussion of the day. Let's go immediately to our site. Remember that for you to get all the news updates that we'll be reading out today, it is all on our site, www.afnews.ng. afnews.ng. That is where you will find all these news contents that we'll be reviewing today and we'll be discussing together. You can send in your messages, you can drop your comments on this video trend, and we'll read it out. Let's go straight into the news and see what exactly is happening as we got the approved 13 billion. Why did the president approve 13 billion naira for the community policing? That's what we'll be discussing this morning, and we want you to join us and state your view. Let's read a little bit. It says, Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has approved a sum of 13.3 billion to kickstart the community policing initiative across Nigeria. Recently, there have been increase in insecurity in the country. Every day you will hear 1,000, you will hear 30, you will hear 22, you will hear 10, you will hear numbers of people dropping dead, you will hear all manner of criminal groups, you hear bandits, you hear Boko Haram, you hear kidnappers. It's now becoming a daily thing in Nigeria. So there have been people demanding for community policing, all manner of ways on how to secure themselves. Some people have demand for state police. Some people are demanding for community policing. Other parts, so some geopolitical zones, and have even established a security network of their own, like what we have in the southwest, where we have Amotekun from the southwest. That is their own network security in the southwest. They had a regional security network called Amotekun. We have the police, the Nigerian police also advising that community policing should be the in thing. So the federal government have approved 13.3 billion for community policing. We want you to say your view. Do you think that this approval can indeed reduce the rate of criminality, the rate of killing, the rate of banditry that we've been seeing in our communities? Do you think this approval by President Muhammadu Buhari will reduce the rate of crime and criminality and killings that we have been seeing in different parts of this country? Obviously, recently there is no part of this country where criminality is not in vogue. If you go to the northeast, you will see Boko Haram. If you come to the north central, you will see bandits. Even the state of the president, Katsina, there is still banditry. People are being killed every day, robbery, kidnapping taking place. If you come down to the southeast, you begin to hear kidnapping. You begin to hear headers clash with community people. These are all the insecurities that we are experiencing every day in this our country called Nigeria. So yesterday the president approved 13.3 billion for community policing. Remember that some people also have kicked against security policing. Some people say they want their own kind of security where they can secure themselves. Some people are even asked for the president, the federal government, to approve that every individual can carry arms. People have come with different postulations to see how to solve this matter of security policing. So it is up to you this morning. As we go on to look into our newspaper this morning, you can drop your opinion on that and we will read it out and we'll discuss over it. Remember that the number to call is the number to send your SMS or WhatsApp messages today. No calls today. The numbers to send your messages or your WhatsApp messages to is 090-333, that's 3332 9775, 090-333 9775. That is the number to call. Once you call that number, once you send your message or your message or SMS, it will immediately be read out and discussed on this show. Don't miss this opportunity for communication. Remember that the president just approved 13.3 billion for security, for what's it called, community policing. Do you think the president is on the right step? Do you think the 13.3 billion is proper? Do you think there are other things that needed to be done to see how to protect this country and not community policing? You can send your SMS, you can drop your WhatsApp messages, you can also drop your comments on this trend of discussion. Let us discuss and look for a way forward. Meanwhile, let us move directly and look at other trending issues on our platform. The news, all the news we'll be reviewing today is on www.afnews.ng. I want to make you know that you need to be rest assured that once you go to that platform, www.afnews.ng, everything you need pertaining to news and happenings in and around Nigeria, that is the last bus stop. You need to get there immediately. Let us move now. We have flight with our jet. Right now, we have landed in Abia State. Let us see what's happening in Abia State. Which of the news is trending in Abia State? Let us look into that now. And the first news we are seeing here is Gregory University. Gregory University is in Uturu. Gregory University warns admission seekers against dealing with fraudsters. They are warning that all admission seekers should make sure they are careful about fraudsters. A disclaimer that was sent to AF News and it was published. It reads, the management of Gregory University Uturu has observed with dismay the nefarious activity of some dubious individuals who are deploying fraudulent websites and personal bank accounts to defraud prospective admission seeking candidates seeking admission to the university in the current 2020-2021 academic season. They are warning admission seekers to be careful of fraudsters, dubious people. Specifically, management wishes to alert the public of the unwholesome activity of a certain Dr. Faith Boduga, who, while claiming to represent the institution, has been in the practice of defrauding unsuspecting persons of huge sum of money through her personal access bank account with the number 13 1394599479. That is the account number of the said suspected person that dupes people. Subsequently, management hereby wishes to reiterate that admission to any of the approved undergraduate program of the university in the 9 colleges of agriculture, education, engineering, environmental sciences, law, medicine and health sciences, natural and applied sciences, management and social sciences and humanities can only be processed through the official website of the university, www.gregoryuniversityuturu.edu.ng, while all payments are exclusively made to the institution accredited bank accounts that are reflected in the website. The university is warning that you should be careful. You should be careful. Do not deal with fraudsters. You can only pay into the institution's bank account, not into any individual's account. That is an alarm that has been raised. Let us move again immediately. Let us move again immediately and look at another news here that we have. Few weeks ago, some 2 Lebanese men were arrested in Port Harcourt airport trying to fly out of the country with some huge sums of hard currency in dollars, trying to move it out of the country. Both men were arrested and handed over to the men of EFCC. Let us see what's happening. It says 2 Lebanese who attempted to smuggle $890,000 out of Nigeria jailed. They said 2 of them have been jailed. The 2 Lebanese nationals who were found with a sum of $890,000 which they wanted to smuggle out of Nigeria through the Port Harcourt International Airport, River State, were on Thursday jailed 2 years for money laundering. The 2 men, Wali Mohammed and Dina Jahid Kahil, were sentenced by Justice M.I. Sani of the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, after they pleaded guilty of the money laundering charges brought against them by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. The 2 men, their faces are there. You can see them now. The 2 men that wanted to move money out of Nigeria in hard currency in dollars. The total sum that they planned to move out of Nigeria was $890,000 US. Their faces are there for you to see on the screen. This is what we do not want in this country, and the country would have to resist it. And the culprits, the people, their partners in this crime, should be exposed also. They should be exposed so that we know those people that are behind this kind of heinous crimes. We should know those who are behind this kind of heinous crimes, who are involved in money laundering. 2 of them, these 2 men that you can see on your screen now, have been jailed both for 2 years for money laundering, for attempting to smuggle $890 US out of Nigeria. They have been jailed for 2 years. Their photos are there for you to see. They have been jailed for 2 years for attempting to smuggle $890,000 US out of Nigeria. They have been jailed for 2 years. Let us move again to another story that is on our platform. Remember that this news that we are reading out to you and reviewing are all on www.afnews.ng. That is the one-stop bus stop for all trending contents in Nigeria. If you want to know what's happening in Nigeria, you want to know what's happening outside Nigeria, once you wake up in the morning, the first thing you're going to do is to just type on your Google it, www.afnews.ng. That is the last bus stop for all trending news and happening activities all over the world. That's where you will get the current information. subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll be getting all notification of all trending news. Let's go back to that site, www.afnews.ng. There is another health news that we have there. It says, fake doctor treating COVID-19 patients arrested in Abuja. How can we have a fake doctor treating COVID-19 patients in Abuja? How can we? Last time, some few weeks ago, the Abia State government raised alarm that some pharmacists and some chemists, medical chemists, are treating COVID-19 patients. I do not understand. If they do not know that COVID-19 is a deadly disease, is a fearful disease, thousands of people have died due to COVID-19, and somebody that is a quack, that doesn't know the precaution, that doesn't know the procedure, is now attempting to treat people of COVID-19 in Abuja, that is a crime. We want to thank them for him being arrested. And the news says, the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria and the police on Thursday arrested an alleged fake medical doctor identified as Charles George, 60 years, said to be treating COVID-19 patients. George was arrested in his one-room apartment at Block 1, Julius Berger Jr. Staff Quarters, popularly known as Berger Camp, in Kubwa, by police detectives from the Office of the Commissioner of Police, Federal Capital Territory. Journalists saw the suspect at the FCT Police Command Headquarters, where he is being squeezed by detective. Among the items recovered from him are syringe for abortion, kidney dish, among others. The police said George has been vetted as a regular customer of the FCDA police station and Kubwa area command headquarters for several matters in connection with missed medication and extortion of his clients since 2016. This man we are talking about now has been involved in so many kinds of criminality since 2016. Let's go to our news trend and see what's happening. We have a message from Ihedi Bombuku, and it says, the 2 years is very small. They should also arrest their accomplices. Money laundering is an evil wind that blows no country any good. He is referring to the Lebanese that have been sent to jail for 2 years. He is saying that the 2 years is too small, that all the accomplices who are involved in this nefarious crime should also be arrested and also be made to face the law. That is what Ihedi Hambuku is saying. He said all those people that were involved in this illegal transaction of these two Lebanese men that have been sentenced to jail should equally be arrested. They should be arrested. All the people involved in this crime, involved as their team, to be involved in this crime should also be arrested. Remember that our focal discussion today is the 13.3 billion approved by the president for community policing. What is your view? Do you think that the approval meets the yearning and the need of the people? We have people who have divergent view as regards community policing. Some people say they do not want community policing. They want to have their own police. Some people are saying they need state police. Some people are saying they need their own security network in their communities. Some people are saying they need community policing. So we want to hear from you. Do you think that the community policing approved by the president is in the right direction? Is it in the right direction? Will it meet the challenges of security in our country? Will that solve our country's security challenges? Remember that our country today is facing so many security challenges and issues from the north to the west to the south. There are so many insecurity issues and security challenges which are happening in this country. Do you think the decision of the president to approve 13.3 billion for community policing, is it on the right track? Just say your comment and let's go there. Buhari approved what? Yes, sir. Buhari approved 13.3 billion for community policing. Yes, you see the fake doctor. They should not spare him. It is very unfortunate that the man is just being discovered now. Let him face the law. Mbuku is saying that the 60 years old fake doctor should immediately be arrested and of course has been arrested, should be dealt with severely so that it will discourage other people from venturing into it. And then the information which was the security police release is that the man has been involved in activities relating to this since 2016. Since 2016, that is what they say. He has been involved in this since 2016. Let's go back to our news and see another content that is there. Yes, Akpabio, we are flying now. Our jet has moved directly from Umaru, from Abuja. We are still in Abuja. Our jet is still in Abuja. We are now going to the Ministry of Niger Delta Commission. Let us see what's happening there. The Ministry of Niger Delta. Let us see what's happening there. The Akpabio, Senator Akpabio, Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Minister of Niger Delta, has said something again. He has released another statement. He said, why investigate corruption in 5 months and not corruption in 19 years and 7 months? He is saying, he's asking National Assembly members, why are you investigating corruption that happened in just 5 months? Why don't you investigate corruption that has been happening in NDDC since 19 years and 7 months? Why are you not investigating all the corruption happening in NDDC for the 19 years and 7 months it has been in existence? Why are you just investigating for 5 years, 5 months? Why? That is the question. Godswill Akpabio is asking the House of National Assembly members. Based on the news, let us read and see what the news is saying. The Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has criticized what he described as the limited scope of the National Assembly inquest into the financial activity of the Niger Delta Development Commission. To him, the probe should not be restricted to between February to July 2020, that is currently the mandate of the National Assembly, but should be a comprehensive probe of the agency's 19 years of existence. Speaking when members of the Independent Petroleum Market Association of Nigeria visited him in Abuja on Tuesday, the minister explained that the commission received over 15 trillion in the last 19 years with nothing to show for the fund. Akpabio noted that the discrepancies probe would not address the problem of the commission, which he described as a cesspit of corruption. He assured Niger Delta residents and the country that the outcome of the ongoing forensic audit will expose the magnitude of rot in the agency. We are now discussing NDDC. The minister is saying that everything for the past 19 years of the existence of NDDC should be probed. That the 5 months that the National Assembly is probing is not good enough. It's not good enough. He says, why probe just for 5 months when you can probe for 19 years and 7 months? That's what he's saying. He said, National Assembly, probe the 19 years. National Assembly, probe the 19 years. Don't stop at the 5 months you are just probing. Probe for 19 years. That is what the Honorable Minister is saying, the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. Let us read again. We have a comment again from Mbuku Hedibo. He said, you see, he said, I commend the President for approving that amount. Insecurity has dealt with this country gravely. I pray that once this money is distributed, it will be properly used for without any diversion. I urge the President to monitor his proper use. Yes, Ihedibo have raised another vital issue. We are going back to our main issue of discussion today, which is the 13.3 billion naira approved by the president for community policing in the country. Remember yesterday it was announced that the president has approved 13.3 billion naira for community policing. Mbuku Ihedibo is saying, yes, the approval is good. He's saying the approval is good. He's saying the approval is good. But the major issue is that he hopes the money will not be diverted once they start distributing the money. He hopes that the money will not be diverted. He hopes that the money, that is the fear of many Nigerians. It's not only that of almost all Nigerians are afraid that once this money is disbursed, that this money may be embezzled. So Ihedibo is calling that the president should monitor the flow of the money properly. He said, Mr. President, monitor the flow of this money properly. Mbuku says, Mr. President, Muhammadu Buhari, monitor the inflow of this money. When this money begins to be released, make sure it is monitored well. And some people do not hijack this money from the way and divert it to building the palatial mansions, forgetting the purpose of the money. So the Mbuku is saying, Mr. President, you need to monitor the inflow. You need to monitor this money. That is what he's saying. Oh, we have another comment here coming from Mr. Sent. He says, when will Buhari approve Biafra? He says, when will President Buhari approve Biafra? That we don't know at the moment. We don't know. We cannot speak about that. That is not on our table at the moment. So we cannot look into that issue. He's saying, when will President Buhari approve Biafra? When will President Buhari approve Biafra? That is what a commenter just posted. We don't know. We cannot talk about that. We don't know when he will approve Biafra. And that's not our focus of discussion today. Let us move back to our discussion at Akpabio. Akpabio, we are back to Akpabio. Akpabio is asking National Assembly, why will you think of approving? Why will you just approve? You are just approving, you are just probing. He said, National Assembly, why will you probe just 5 months of our administration? Why don't you probe the 19 years that NDDC has been in existence? He's talking to the National Assembly. He's firing them. Probe the 19 years that NDC have been existent. Don't focus on 5 months. That is what he's saying. What is your view on that? What is your view on that? Yes, we have a news from IPOB. We have an update from IPOB. We have an update from IPOB. IPOB. And the news said, IPOB to DSS, we will no longer tolerate unwarranted arrest of our members. That is what IPOB is saying. They are saying that they will no longer, it's under news. Remember that all the news we are reading today, you can find them on www.afnews.ng. All this news we are reviewing today, you can find them on www.afnews.ng. All this news, you can find them there. So let's go back to our IPOB news, to our IPOB story, which you can find under the category of news on afnews.ng. IPOB is telling DSS, we will no longer tolerate unwarranted arrest of our members. They are warning the DSS. They are warning, let us read what they are saying. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Thursday, said it will no longer tolerate the unwarranted holding of its members across Biafra land. In a statement by the group's media and police secretary, Imapafu, IPOB accused the Army, Department of Security Service, State Service, and the police of arresting and detaining its members in the area without any cause. It says, while warning the security agencies to stop testing our will, IPOB wondered why headsmen and other violent groups who allegedly kill, maim, and rape innocent Nigerians are being handled with kid gloves. It says, IPOB is telling police, is telling DSS, is telling the army, do not test stop testing our will. Stop testing our will. That's what they are saying. Stop arresting our members. Why are you not arresting other people who are causing harm in the nation? That is what IPOB is asking now. That is what IPOB is asking. Why are you not arresting other people, Fulani headsmen, all the people that are killing people, maiming people, raping people in the country? The IPOB is asking, why is DSS, why is army, why is police not arresting them? We're just saying what IPOB is saying. He's saying, the headline says again, IPOB to DSS, we will no longer tolerate unwarranted arrest of our members. That is the position there. Let us go back to our discussion earlier on. We were discussing about security policing. Security policing. Security policing. That is what we are discussing about. You can actually discuss, oh, there is a new content that just came now. Oh, it just came in now on our table. A new news, a trending news just came in now. It's coming all the way from Edo State. We have jetted out now to Edo State. We have landed in Edo State. Let us see what's happening in Edo State. You know, the elections are around the corner. So there have been issues here and there. And there is a revelation. And it says, Edo State. Plot to import arms uncovered. APC demands investigation. APC is saying that plot to import arms uncovered. APC demands investigation. The All Progressive Congress Media Campaign Council for Edo State governorship election on Thursday demanded investigation into Governor Godwin Obaseki's alleged arm importation, thugs, escort, and massive shooting during his re-election campaigns. Islam, the People's Democratic Party, and its governorship candidate for the shocking shooting at Obaseki's rally in Bridom, saying that the incident affirm is previous allegation of Obaseki's importation of arms and inclusion of buses full of armed thugs in its convoy. That is what they are saying. APC in Edo State is alleging that Governor Obaseki has imported arms. They are calling on security authorities to immediately investigate. Ihedibo is here again. Ihedibo is here again. He has dropped another comment. Ihedibo is asking, Akpabio should stop distracting us. It does not matter when the National Assembly wake up to probe. The president some months ago ordered the probe of NDDC. I commend the National Assembly for the probe. If they will be very critical and serious about the probe, it will be a wake-up call for other institutions. He said, Akpabio, keep quiet. He said, Akpabio, shut up. Akpabio, keep quiet. Mbuku is saying, Akpabio, keep quiet. Don't distract us. Don't distract us. That is what Mbuku is saying. He said, Akpabio, don't distract us. Allow the National Assembly to do their work. The president has approved a probe. Let that one be done. That is what Ihedibo is saying. He said, we do not need to distract the National Assembly. Remember, we are in Edo State. I don't know. Election is not war. Election is not war. The news that is coming from Edo State is not palatable at all. We do not want people to die because some people want to be in power. We do not want people to die because some people want to take over government house in Edo State. We do not want people to die because they are going to vote. One of the things that cause voter apathy is when the people feel that there will be violence in the election. And what do? They dodge away from that election because they feel that there will be violence. They will not come out to vote. And the way it's going in Edo State is in Edo State is sitting on the gunpowder. Something may happen on election day. So we are asking Mr. President to immediately step in and make sure that he deploys enough security to Edo State to forestall, to stop any breakdown of law and order, any plan to cause violence in Edo State. Let it be stopped. The president needs to deploy enough sincere security personnel to that state to make sure that they resist every attempt to cause breakdown of law and order in that country. In that state, that's what we are talking about. A those state in focus again. Let us move immediately again to read another news under the news category. Remember, you can find every news we are reading now on www.afnews.ng. www.afnews.ng. That's where you will find every of this news content that we are reviewing. We have another message from Sent. He's saying, if Biafra should come, all governors in Southeast will submit to Buhari. If Biafra should come, all governors in Southeast will submit to Buhari, no longer working for him. We don't get what he's saying very well. So let's move to another issue again. Buku just dropped the message again. He said, Edo State APC are only grandstanding. I am totally against electoral violence, but APC should focus on their campaign. That's what Mbuku is saying. Let us move immediately to another issue on COVID-19. Nigeria set to order 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines. That is for FG. FG is revealing that the Nigerian government is planning to order 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines. You will find that news under the news category of www.afnews.ng. You will find that particular news. Before I forget, remember that if you are on social media and you want to follow us on Twitter, just look for AF News NG on Twitter. When you get AF News NG on Twitter, that is where you will get all our updates on Twitter. AF News NG at AF News NG on Twitter. Make sure you go there immediately now and follow us on Twitter. AF News NG on Twitter. That is where you will get all the contents, latest updates on Twitter. If you want to get us on Instagram, still look for at AF News NG. At AF News NG on Instagram. You are going to get us there and follow us. Make sure you follow us on our Twitter and on our Instagram handle for all your latest contents. If you want to follow us on Facebook, search for AF News NG on Facebook. AF News NG on Facebook. When you get that particular page, that page is above 8,000 likes. Just like that page. Another page on Facebook that is very important that you must follow is Abia Facts Newspaper on Facebook. Search for Abia Facts Newspaper on Facebook. Once you search for it, that page is above 120,000 likes. Just like that page also. That is where you'll be getting all the updates and all the recent happenings in Nigeria. Let's go back to our news. Remember, all this news, you can find them on www.afnewsng. That's where you find all these news contents we are reading. And then you will see a category under news that says, Nigeria set to order 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines, FG is revealing. It says, the federal government says it is working with global health and research organizations who are developing COVID-19 vaccines. The Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Ehenire, made this known in Abuja on Thursday during a briefing of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. He also said Nigeria was planning with the organization for the allocation of 2 billion vaccine doses as soon as they are possible, as soon as they are available. Ehenire said Nigeria is also working with the World Health Organization to finalize enrollment with the ACT, Access to COVID-19 Tools Accelerator, a global mechanism tracking and sponsoring global organization working on COVID-19 vaccine development. That is what is happening now. Nigeria is working hard to see how to secure 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccine. 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccine. Ihedibo just dropped another comment here. Ihedibo is saying, COVID-19 vaccine from Isukwato, I pray they get the vaccine at least we can export to other countries and make our money. At the moment, Isukwato does not have any COVID-19 laboratory, vaccine manufacturing laboratory. Please, if we don't have it in Isukwato is where I'm from. At the moment, we do not have a COVID-19 laboratory, vaccine development laboratory in Isukwato. So please leave Isukwato alone. Yes, let us go back to our news and see what's happening. Remember that the last news we just read now, Nigerian government are preparing. They are putting things in order. They are strategizing. They are working with World Health Organizations to make sure that Nigeria secures 2 billion vaccines, 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccine. 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccine. That is what they have said. Let us go back to a news that is very touching. Still under the news category. He says, Aroteli, prime suspect to face culpable homicide charges. You remember the oh my God, the foremost Nigerian lady to fly a military jet, Aroteli, who died some few weeks ago due to an accident. The man that hit her, that caused that, is there. You will see two of them, their pictures together. You will see the brave Aroteli that was the first woman to drive a war jet in Nigeria. She is there. You can see a military jet. You can see the other man. It's the other man that caused the accident that killed them, the young aspiring lady who would have been one of the best in the world. And the news said, Nehemiah Adejo, the prime suspect who drove the car that killed Nigeria's first female fighter helicopter flying officer, Tolulope Aroteli, is now to be charged for culpable homicide and criminal conspiracy. This is coming after 2 of the 3 suspects arrested in connection to the Air Force officer's death were set free by Kaduna State Magistrate Court 1. That is what is happening now. This young man will be facing the music. He will be facing the music for hitting Aroteli and killing the young aspiring lady. Killing the lady. We are still on the news category now. Christian community in Nigeria are shouting. They are shouting. The Christian community in Nigeria are shouting. They are shouting. They are saying, what is happening? What is happening? Is there a plan to stop Christendom? That is what they are asking. They're saying, the CAN chairman says, we will never, we will not agree, we will not accept satanic karma, we will not accept the karma. You know, it's good for me to explain to you what karma is. What karma is. The Christian Association of Nigeria has rejected the Company and Allied Matter Act, that is karma. The Company and Allied Matter Act, Act 2020, dismissing it as satanic. The Apex Christian body says karma will snuff life out of the church and run the church as a secular institution under secular control. President Buhari on August 7th signed into law the Company and Allied Matters Bill 2020. The bill passed by the National Assembly replaced the 1990 karma. The problem is, why are we discovering this now when the bill has been signed and passed? Do we not have people in the National Assembly who would have raised issue on this from ab initio? Is it now that it has been passed? That is what we need to look into. That is what we need to look into. Khan is saying that no, it is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. We will not accept. We will not accept. We will not agree. We will not agree. And the karma law, the adjustments that have been done in the karma law, we are not going to accept it. For you to read the full content of this story, just go to www.afnews.ng. Go to the news category and you will see that news. Click it and read and know really why are they saying they will not agree. You need to know why the Christian body is saying they will not agree. That is what you find the details. When you go and read fully the story, you will find the detail of why they said they will not agree. Where can you find that story? It is on www.afnews.ng. That is where you will find the full story. That is where you will find the full story. Let us move over to politics. Let us move over to politics category. Still on www.afnews. Let's move over to politics category and see what is happening there. Let us see what is happening there. Yes, we are going right away. We are jetting out immediately to Bayelsa. There is a prophecy for Bayelsa from Prelate Ayodele. There is a prophecy for Bayelsa from Prelate Ayodele. He says, who will finally emerge as governor revealed. That is what Prelate Ayodele is saying. He's saying that he has revealed who will finally emerge as the governor of Bayelsa State. He's saying the leader of New Evangelical Spiritual Church, Prelate Ayodele, has reacted to the political situation in Bayelsa. The Bayelsa State Governorship Election Tribunal sitting in Abuja has annulled the election of Doediri, governor of Bayelsa State. The election was nullified based on a petition by the Advanced Nigerian Democratic Party, which urged that it was unlawfully excluded from participating in the election. If you go there, you will read, you will see why the man said, who will actually win finally. It is there. It is there. You need to go there immediately and see it and read the full detail. To read the full detail, you have to go link up to www.afnews.ng. That is where you find the full detail. The full detail. On the final note, let us go and see what's happening in national content. Nigeria has banned European airlines from entering into the country. Nigerian government have banned European airlines from entering into Nigeria. Nigerian government says that immediately its airspace opens, that no European airline is permitted to enter into the country. Let us see the reason why. Nigeria will enforce the principle of reciprocity in granting permission to airlines to resume operations into the country as it opens its airspace. The federal government said on Thursday. According to the government, what this means is that only airlines from countries that allow flights from Nigeria will be allowed to fly into and out of Nigeria. That is what the federal government is saying. To read full detail, you have to go in here and read the full detail. Come to the platform www.afnews.ng and read the full detail. We want to thank you so much for joining us on this morning show, this newspaper review. My guest is not here today, but I am here. My name remains Emeniki Rebu, the anchor of this show. Remember, we have had comments as regards the approval of President Buhari's 13.3 billion for community policing. You can continuously drop your comments, send your SMS. In our next show, we'll read it out and make people know what you said. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember also that all our social media handles are available. Our Twitter handle, our Instagram handle, our YouTube handle, our Facebook handle. You can also get our email address to send all your news and contents to us for publication. We thank you. We say may God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you.